look down at your feet to get your bearings before we start. So when you're ready, knowing that your guides and helpers are here with you now, and this room is full of them, what I want you to do is make an intention now to call on a past life memory that is relevant to this life. Make that intention now. Feel you drawing that memory towards you. Just feel it coming. You don't have to see it yet. You just know it's coming for you. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, I want you to step off that bridge. So when you're ready, 3, just calling in that memory a little bit more. 2, preparing yourself to step off that bridge, knowing that you have the full support of your guides and you can speak to me clearly. And 1, step off that bridge now. And as you step off that bridge, all I want you to do is just look down at your feet. And as you look down at your feet and you get your bearings, tell me, as you can see your feet, feel your feet and sense your feet. Are you wearing anything on your feet? No. No. And as you look at the ground around you, if you knew, what are you standing on? Are you on floorboards or outside? What? Purple.
Mist. Purple mist.
A purple mist. How lovely. And I want you to be able to feel this purple mist. I want you to be able to connect with that purple energy and tell me, how does it make you feel?
Powerful.
Powerful. And this purple mist, is it a lake? Or is it just a mist that's come to you? How do you know where to step into this purple mist?
It's just an aura.
It's an aura. Well, I want you to connect with your body, and as you connect with your body and your emotions, I want you to connect and tell me, are you male or female?
Female.
You're female. And how old do you feel? Just see those numbers.
32.
You're 32. If you're 32 years old, you'll know what your name. What do people call you in that life?
Astra.
Astra. Astra, thank you for coming and sharing today with us. Astra, tell me, this purple mist, are you on the earth plane or are you somewhere else?
No.
You're in a different realm?
Yes.
This different realm, what do you do in this different realm, Astra?
Transcend.
You transcend. So as you look around using your imagination, describe to me this place. You're standing in a purple mist, and what else?
It's just purple.
It's just purple. What's the significance of the colour purple? What does it mean to you?
Spirit.
And as you're connecting now, can you sense that you're on your own or are you with others?
No.
You're on your own. Why do you come to this place?
Sanctuary.
It's your sanctuary. So it charges your batteries.
Protection.
And protection. So Astral, what do you do in that realm? What's your purpose?
Heal.
How do you heal, Astral?
Send rays of light.
Rays of light. Is that a little bit like our Reiki here that we use, or channel?
Yes.
And what kind of things do you heal? Are they just energy beings around you, or do you have any other kind of
mental conflict?
Mental conflict. Is that mental conflict in that realm, or is it mental conflict in another? this realm here on Earth?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So so what you do is you transfer your energies down to Earth for mental conflict.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And tell me, Astral, are you a part of my client today? Have you decided to come in and work and have an earthly experience this time round?
No.
Mm-hmm. So, Astra, are there any other souls around you that you work with?
Michael.
Michael? Michael who?
Angel. Michael.
You-
Archangel.
You work with Archangel Michael. Mm-hmm. And what's the purpose of you working with Archangel Michael? What qualities do you get?
Warrior.
Oh, right. Yeah. So we all need some of that warrior energy, because we're in a battle down here, aren't we? We're all warriors. Uh-huh. And is that where you were able to learn your gift with Archangel Michael?
No.
Uh-huh. So why are you working with Archangel Michael now?
Sandalphon.
Sandalphon was the one that trained you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you're working with quite a few archangels up there.
Yes.
So what was the purpose of you coming and speaking with me today? Have you got a message for us today that we need to know?
Cruel world.
Cruel world? Uh-huh. How are we supposed to help then in this cruel world?
Love.
So we need more love in the world. Mm-hmm.
Kind.
Uh-huh.
Empathy.
Are there many of you souls that come down to Earth to work with us?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been coming down to Earth?
Light years.
Light years. How are we doing now with ascending to love and kind and empathy? How are we?
Destruction.
So we're destroying. Mm-hmm. What do we need to do to help ourselves?
I can't say.
Oh, it's not for you to change that. So thank you, Astra, for working with me now. What I want to do is I want to close that scene, and as we close that scene, like the flick of a switch of a remote control, I want you to go drifting forward in time to another life. Just go down your file, drifting, floating down your files, drifting, floating through time and space. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, you're going to be at that other life. So when you're ready, 3, 2, and 1, be there now. Are you male or female in that life?
Neither.
Uh-huh. Are you just an energy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, whereabouts are you as an energy? Are you on the earth plane or are you somewhere else?
I don't know.
Well, just have a look around. Just feel yourself floating from the left to the right and see how easy it is for you to swing.
I'm a rock.
Are you a rock? Uh-huh. So why did you become a rock this time round?
Stability.
Mm-hmm. And did you learn a lot from that rock of stability?
No.
Uh-huh. And as that rock, what kind of things did you discover?
Grounding.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't learn stability, but you did learn grounding.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And did any other energies come down with you at that time?
Titan.
Titan? Uh-huh. Tell me about Titan. Tell me more.
Big.
Uh-huh. And what's the significance of Titan? Was he close to you?
No.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
Authority.
Uh-huh.
Power. Rules.
So you were around at that time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And did you learn much from Titan?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn most of all from him?
To be stable.
To be stable. Very good. Thank you. So I want to close that scene now, just like you're flicking the switch of a remote control and just closing the curtains. And let's move forward now. And let's see you in a new, completely different life. So closing that scene, drifting and floating forward now. Forward to another life when something significant is happening. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. Are you male or female in that life or neither?
I can't tell.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to rock from the left to the right. As you rock from the left to the right, I want you to feel that you're pulling in the force of all that story, almost like you're swinging it in to the left and the right. And I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Do you feel you're inside or outside?
Outside.
You're outside. Is it day or is it night?
Day.
It's daytime. And I want you to look at the ground. So if you could use your imagination, what is it there that you're standing on?
Grass.
You're standing on grass. And as you look down at your feet, are you wearing anything on your feet?
Yes.
And what are you wearing?
Leather.
Leather? I want you to connect with that body there. And as you connect with the body, you'll be able to tell me whether you're male or female.
Female.
You're female. How old are you there? Just see a number.
19.
19 years old. And what is your name?
Maid Marian.
Maid Marian. So good afternoon, Maid Marian. Thank you for coming and working with us. Maid Marian, you tell me that you're outside on some grass. What year is it, please? See a number come to mind.
1411.
1411. 1411. So Maid Marian, you're outside on this grass. Do you sense that you're on your own or are others around you? What do you sense?
There's others.
There's others. So as there are others around, I want you to amplify their voices so that you can hear what they're saying. And as you do that and you amplify their voices and you telepathically connect with those messages, what's happening around you?
Singing.
You're singing. So you're singing outside. What's the purpose of this?
Enjoyment.
Yeah. And tell me, what country are you in there, Maid Marian?
England.
England. And do you know the place in England or the town that you're in?
Sheffield.
You're in Sheffield. So why Sheffield? What brought you to Sheffield, Maid Marian?
Nobility.
Ability?
Nobility.
Nobility. So you're there for a noble reason?
Yes.
So explain to me a little bit more then about this particular stay in Sheffield. Who was it that you came to see?
Robin.
Robin. So I want you to connect with Robin now. Just go drifting, floating with your mind so he's in front of you now. Describe him to me. What's he wearing?
Brown.
And as you look into his eyes, knowing the eyes are connected to the soul, I want you to deeply look through those eyes, the windows of the soul, down, deep, 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 telepathically communicate. It's Robin. Has he been in your life before?
Yes.
Who is he?
William.
I see. And now you're talking to Robin. What is it that you plan to do together?
Get married.
You're getting married. How wonderful. So I want you to fast forward in that marriage and tell me, do you have children with Robin?
No.
No? No children? How does that make you feel?
Okay.
You're okay about that? So I'd like you to go forward now, drifting, floating forward to another significant time when something is happening. So just close that scene and drifting, floating forwards. 3, 2, 1, be there now. Where are you now?
In space.
You're in space. So Marilyn, what are you doing in space?
I'm on a hexagon.
You're on a hexagon.
Moving across the path.
Moving across what path?
The hexagon.
And what's the purpose of you doing this, moving across paths of hexagons?
Make sure there's straight sides.
Why do they need to have straight sides?
Conformity.
And is that your job there?
No.
So what is your purpose to be there in space then?
Peacemaker.
You're a peacemaker. So do you need to be a peacemaker in space?
Yes.
Why do you need to be a peacemaker in space? Explain.
Everybody has a job.
Everybody has a job. Do those everybody people, do they look like us?
No.
Describe what they look like.
Light.
They're light. And that role of being peacemaker, has she brought that role down into this life?
Yes.
So what I'd like to do now, I'd like you to travel to your soul group. And you've been there many times and you know exactly how to get there. So as we close that scene now, drifting, floating with light, connecting with your soul group, getting lighter and lighter, and you can feel that you're getting stronger and stronger towards it now. Whereabouts are you?
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. This tunnel. Explain this tunnel.
Black.
It's black.
Black.
Is this the way to your soul group?
Yes.
So see yourself fast forwarding now through that tunnel, and on the other side, connecting with your soul family. And tell me, are there many souls in your group?
A rainbow.
There's a rainbow. Has that rainbow come to collect you?
Yes.
Follow that rainbow now and just go sliding up that rainbow now, feeling all the energy of that rainbow, sliding all the way down. And as you slide down to the bottom, you'll be with your soul family in your group, 3, 2, and 1. So I want you to get the sense around you and tell me, do you sense other souls around you there?
Yes.
How many?
1.
1 soul. I want you to be able to connect with that soul energy. How does that soul make you feel?
Protective.
Protective. And I want you now to connect with that soul's energy and just feel their energy and step into their energy so you can telepathically communicate with them. Ask them, what is the purpose of your soul group?
I'm not saying.
They're not saying. So this soul that has greeted you now, is this a member of your soul group or is it a member of the council?
It's Ken.
It's Ken. Ken, good afternoon, Ken. Tell me, what message do you give my client today? That she can bring back with her?
Clarity.
Clarity. Define that a bit more. Does she need clarity or does she give clarity?
It's a vision.
She needs a vision.
No, she's a vision. She is a vision.
She is a vision. Very good. Thank you. So now that we've got that message, ask Ken if we can visit our soul group.
Yes.
So just allow yourself now to go drifting, floating towards your soul group. And as you connect with your soul group in your family, tell me, is your mother with your soul group there? Yeah. Who else is in your soul group?
Diane.
And what's the purpose of your soul group?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. How's she doing with all this knowledge, bringing it down to earth? Is she doing a good job?
It's hard work.
Yeah, it might be hard work, but is she doing the work? Is she getting there?
Yes.
Very good. So is she right to have groups of meditation at her home?
Yes.
Yeah? Very good. I'll be sure to tell her. Thank you very much for working with me. But we're going to close the soul realm now. So big farewell to everybody as we travel now back into this room, and I want to speak to your higher self, your subconscious mind, your inner self. So what I want you to do, I want you now to take a nice deep breath, step away from the body and allow your inner self, your higher self, to use your voice today. Good afternoon, higher self. Are you male or female?
Male.
You're male. What's your name? Do you have a name? Is it not important?
No.
Tell me, is this your first life with my client or have you had many?
First.
It's your first life? So what is it that you're working with her on? What kind of things do you do to work together?
I can't say.
You can't say? Is it not for now? Or is it that you can't describe it?
I can't see.
You can't see? Well, as I continue to talk, I want you to amplify your vision. And by amplifying your vision, you're connecting with her telepathically. So you'll be able to sense. And what I want you to do now is I want you to help me by scanning the body. So I want you to start at the top of the head, and we're just going to have like a little x-ray now. Going to scan from the top of the head, going all the way down the forehead, down the eyes, round the back of the eyes, going through the jaw, down to that neck area, onto those shoulders and down the torso, going down the torso now into the heart, all the way down into the tummy area, down to the hips and the thighs, down to the knees, all the way down to the ankles and the shins and back up. So tell me, where in the body can we work today, please?
Shoulder.
Shoulder. So what's going on in the shoulder?
Anger.
Anger. So what I want you to do is, I want you to make yourself as small as a cell. I want you to make yourself as small as a cell, and I want you to travel down towards that anger. Is it the left or the right shoulder?
Right.
You're right. So let me connect now with that anger. And as you go travelling down into this anger, tell me, why is it angry?
Cruelty.
Cruelty? Is this cruelty from a previous life?
No.
From this life?
Yes.
Yeah. And is this where she's holding the memories of that life?
Yes.
Well, for yourself, you know that she doesn't need to hold the memory because she's already had the lesson, hasn't she? So
Yes.
go in there now and start by beginning to collect all those memories. Go deep into those roots and just feel yourself pulling those roots out. That's right. Pull them all out and see how twisted they are. And all those memories. Very good. Very good. Bring them all out. Just like pulling the weeds out of a garden. Bringing them up into my hand. And tell me, have I got those? Have I got that? Okay. Have I got that memory now? Have I got all that anger?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to take that now from you, and I'm going to offer that energy up. May the light always communicate. So now what I want to do is I want to call on your friends Sandalphon and Archangel Michael, and I want you to feel them pouring all that spiritual love and that energy into this arm. Feel how it's just beaming in like a rainbow, pouring in their spiritual energy, going down the veins into the roots, and notice all of a sudden how relaxed your muscles become. Very good. Filling you up and up and up, and the more you need, the more you shall have. Knowing that that anger is no longer there, because you have a new journey now, and new things to do. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. Just scan the body again and tell me, is there anywhere else that we can work today?
Chest.
Where? Whereabouts?
Yeah. Heart.
In the heart. So as I connect with the heart area now, I want your higher self to go down into that heart area and start feeling all those veins and the muscles, knowing that you can communicate with all these. And tell me, what is it that they're saying to you? What's happening in the heart?
Give too much love away.
You give too much love away. Is she aware of this?
No.
So higher self, if she gives too much love away, how can she protect herself?
Step back.
Step back. So this energy and these memories that are in her heart, are they from where she gave too much love away and she was hurt? Does this relate to previous relationships in this life?
Yes.
Well, I want you to call on the energy of that person. You don't have to see them, you can just sense them. I want you to call on the energy of that person.
No.
And I want you to see them in front of you there, just as a veil.
No. No.
And I want you to send all their energy back to them now.
No.
Okay.
No.
So tell them to step back.
No.
Tell them to step back now. And I'll call on your inner self now to go into that heart and begin to draw out all those memories then, bringing them out, pulling them out now. You've learnt the lesson of those memories. You don't need to carry that burden anymore. Just feel them all coming out like weeds in a garden. You know how to pull them out. We don't want to cut the cords. They'll grow again. Just keep pulling them out, pulling them out. That's right. Every fractal, every memory, pass it to me. and feel my hand is like a magnet, and the more I talk, oh,
Go
the
away.
stronger and stronger. I'm here now, so
Go
I'm
away.
bringing it out. I'm bringing it out.
Go away.
No, I'm bringing it out. Bringing it
No.
out.
Go away.
It's time for you to leave.
No.
You have no power over her. You know that, don't you?
Go away.
Did she give you permission to be part in her heart?
Yes.
She did not.
She did.
She did not.
She did.
I'll call on Archangel Michael now. And I call on Archangel Michael to speak with your voice. Archangel Michael, did he have permission to be in her heart?
No.
No, he didn't. Archangel Michael, place your sword of light into this heart and request that he puts himself on that sword now to be released back to
I
spirit.
will not.
You will. What I want you to do now is,
I will not.
I want you now to look through a screen when I count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1 you'll see that screen open and you'll see who's waiting for you in spirit.
I will not.
So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1, who's on that screen there for you? Who is there?
A mirror.
A mirror? Can you not see any light in that mirror? Can you not see that you're to follow the light?
No.
So I'll call on Goddess Isis now to come down, the Mother of Love. And I want her to pour all her energy into this heart area, filling this heart with so much love. It's actually quite uncomfortable for you to be in there. Can you feel how uncomfortable it is now?
Mm.
Yeah. But Archangel Michael can take you back. So are you ready to step on his sword so that we...
No, not leaving.
You're not leaving?
No.
Well, do you know that you can connect in spirit? You don't have to stay in the body. In fact, the body restricts you. When you're up in the spirit realm, you can choose to travel by thought anywhere where you want to be. Isn't that a lot easier?
No.
Well, I want you now to see that spark of light within you. And that is the spark of source light. Have you forgotten that you are made of light? Just as you feel your body now, feel it activating and see how full of light and love your body is. Can you just see how light and love your body should be?
Yes.
And how that veil of anger and restrictions have prevented you from being the soul that you are. Well, you can live in this love and this light and have this freedom now. Are you ready to go?
You try and trick me.
I'm not tricking you. You can come and visit her anytime you want, provided that you have permission.
Trick.
But look at that screen in the spirit realm and just see where you can go and what you can do and how much work there is for you. There's a calling for you up there. It's time now. You've been highlighted. You spent too much time and you're weary. Are you ready to leave now? Look at the joy in the spirit realm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that from you. Wow. And I'm going to offer that up to the universe, and I'll ask Archangel Michael to come down with his sword of light, and I want you to activate this heart area. And I want to call on Sandalphon and Archangel Michael now to work together and just to pour a beam from the spirit realm now and feel that light energy pouring into this heart, feeling all the muscles relax as you're filling up, and the more you need, the more you shall have, until you're completely full. Thank you. So tell me, is there anywhere else in the heart that the body we can work with? Go to the throat area. Tell me, as you go into that throat and that energy.
It's stuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I can feel it.
There's a tube in my throat.
They put a tube in your throat?
Yes.
Who did that?
I don't know.
Well, let's go back down to that life and tell me, was it this life or was it a previous life?
I don't know.
So let's go back down. I'll come with you now and let's share that story, travelling down and down, travelling back to that life where they got that tube stuck, going down and down and down, drifting, floating to the root cause of that memory. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. Are you male or female?
Female.
You're female. How old are you?
21.
You're 21. So tell me what's happening around you.
I was put in the river.
You were put in the river. Why?
Because I wrote symbols and I wrote in a parchment.
You wrote symbols on parchment. So I want you to be there now, totally detached from any pain, fear or emotion, just looking at the scene like you're watching a movie. Are there many people around you now? Yeah? And are they putting anybody else into the river as well, or is it just you?
No,
It's just you. And I want you now to be there and explain to me, what is this stuck in a tube got to do with being at the river?
They're pouring water down the tube to drown.
Oh, they're pouring water
In the tube and I'm swallowing it.
to drown. So are they holding you down while they're doing this?
Yes.
What's the reason that they're doing that? Is it because you wrote symbols?
Yeah.
So they feared your power?
Yeah.
I want you to, totally detached, but viewing that scene now, look at the perpetrator who is holding that jug and pouring that water down your throat. And I want you to connect with his eyes, and I'm here for your protection now. And as you look into those eyes and telepathically communicate with that person, is that person in her life today, or have they been? No, not in their life. No. So did they think that you were a witch in that life? And has that memory always got stuck in the throat here? Yeah? Is it time for it to be released?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I want to connect.
Can't breathe anymore.
No, let's collect that now. Let's stop drawing out all that memory and just feel that energy, just like little whiffs of energy floating towards me. Feel my hands going in there like a vacuum cleaner, just sucking out all that energy in that memory. And stretch your throat now so that I can get in even more. Very good. Have I got all that energy now?
No.
Keep going in there now. Going all the way down to the tiny little fractals now. There we go. Completely. Are we done? I'll just offer that up to Spirit. Thank you. So what I want to do now is I want to ask about people in past lives. She's got a list of her mother, her father, her daughter, her son, her sisters, Diane. Who was in a past life with her?
Marian.
Marian? And I want to ask, what was the sex of the child that she had? A female? And why did she need that lesson? Was it the child coming down to see if they wanted to come? Or was it there another issue around it?
It's a guide.
Oh, guide. Very good. Who chose Alan, her spirit guide, for her? Did she choose or?
No.
No? So why did he come?
It was her time.
It was her time. And what is she gifted to do down here this time round?
Help people.
Help people? In what way?
Comfort.
Comfort. And can you tell me why her and her partner are here together at this particular time? What's happening there? Did they choose this?
Straight lines.
Straight lines? Tell me about these straight lines. What do straight lines mean?
To keep things straight.
Oh, so keep things smooth. So why was she subjected to that awful trauma related to a previous relationship? What did she learn from that? What lessons did she learn?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. And can you tell me why she has a mystery pain here? What's going on here?
Secret.
It's a secret. Is it her secret?
No.
No? Let's travel down into this part of the body here. Travelling down, all the way down into this secret. Is it a secret from this life? Or a previous life?
This life.
This life, And this secret. Travelling down now. How old was she when she made this secret?
8.
She was 8 years old. And did she make this secret, or did somebody else give her a secret?
Somebody else.
Did they have permission to do this to her?
No.
No. So what I want you to do is I want you to go in here and I want you to draw out all the energy of that secret, all those memories that are connected with that secret. And I want you to see that person in the distance. Keep gathering up all that energy like an energy ball, and I want you to throw over that energy back to that person. Just see yourself now throwing all that energy, all that secret that you didn't need to keep, and just pass it back to them. Have they got that? And now, knowing that if you've had to have that secret and they had that control of you, they must have took a fractal of your energy. So I want you just to scan their body and make an intention to draw out your energy out of their body, that energy that they took from you, that confidence, that joy, that love. And just make an intention to draw out that energy that belongs to you and see it like a mist coming towards you and coming straight back and tucking up into this rib and making you feel whole again. So how does your rib look now? Is it better?
Not fully.
Not fully?
No.
So take a look at this person that made that secret with you. Do they still hold some of your energy?
Yes.
They do? I want you to demand that you have your energy back right now. Demand to them. You can do it in your mind, or you can say, I demand my energy back now.
It's a spell.
It's a spell? Well, we can undo that spell. Archangel Michael, come and work with me now. I want you to use your sword of light. And with your sword, I want you to connect with that spell, and I want you to slice that spell in half and see how weak it gets now. And now all the energy from that spell is just dissipating. Just see it, that's right. And all the energy from that spell now is just floating out of your body. It doesn't want to hold in your body anymore. Just see how much lighter and lighter you get. Very good. Is that all clear now? Very good. Why did they put that spell on you?
To stop me from doing my work.
Oh, to stop you from talking.
I'm a magician.
You're a magician then? I see. And she has a phobia about fish. What's going on there? Is this a past life memory or is it a memory from today? Just connect with that word fish, and as I say that word fish, it travels through the thought and the minds. Going right the way down to the root cause of that. Is it this life or a previous life?
I don't know.
Well, see yourself there now. Just connect, see yourself, feel yourself, and tell me, are you male or female?
I don't know.
You don't know. See those fish?
No.
Are you in the water or are you out?
No.
You're out? So what happened at that time?
The eyes.
It was the eyes that scared you? Where do you hold that memory of the fear of fish?
In my head.
In your head? I call on Archangel Raphael to come work with me now, and I want you to go in there and I want you to pick up from the subconscious mind that file of that little picture of those eyes. Go in there now and start to pull out that file and see him with his hand now, pulling out that file, drawing it up and passing it to me in my hand, ready to let it go. Are we letting it go now?
No.
Go in there now and start pulling stronger and stronger all the memories, all the roots, all the fears from that life, from what you saw. See it coming into my hand. The more I talk, the stronger and stronger my hand becomes. It's like a magnet. All the memories of those are coming into my hand until I've completely got all those memories now. And I'm going to offer that up to the universe. And I want Archangel Raphael to start pouring in the emerald green of the spirit realm, and just feel that liquid emerald green energy going in now, soothing all those thoughts, relaxing that mind, bringing in new energy. And I'll tap you on the forehead and seal that in. Why's she got a fear about everything going wrong? Is it from this life?
I can't tell you that.
Can't tell me that? But before I leave, are you working on that?
No.
But if you're not working on it, how's she going to get through it?
Dark.
It's very dark. Is it dark because it's for another time, a complete workout on that area?
No.
No? Or is it dark that just needs to be closed and not opened again? Okay. So she just needs to close that subject totally. And it won't repeat.
I do.
If she opens the fear. Okay. Why doesn't she want to reincarnate next time? Is this her last life?
Yes.
So she's aware of its last life.
Yes.
So she's quite an old soul. So if this is her last life, what is she going to be doing next? Is she still going to be working with Saddlebon and
Plane 12.
Plane 12? Oh, she's going to Plane 12? Right. How interesting. Tell me, if you knew, what was on Plane 12?
Marble thrones.
Marble thrones. Is she going to sit on one of those thrones? Yeah. So is she some kind of goddess there? No. What is she there?
Hierophant.
She's a hierophant. So when you say that she's not coming down to earth again, she's going back up to the 12th plane, is she going to be working with others there, tutoring them, or yeah? Okay. Can you tell me about Cecil in the cellar? Connect with Cecil. Invite him to come with us. And in a moment, when I tap you on the forehead, I want Cecil to talk to me. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, Cecil. Why are you hiding in the cellar? Why haven't you left?
Too much work.
Too much work? What kind of work do you do, Cecil?
Shoes.
Shoes? So were you a shoemaker?
The horse.
Oh, for the horse. And is that why you're down there? Is that where you worked? Is that where you worked? So what happened to you in your life? Why didn't you go to spirit when you had the chance?
Because it's my land.
It's your land. So you want your memory to be on here. Well, you can still have the land, but you know, you can still pop up to spirit. So describe the kind of things that you do in this house then, to make people aware that you're around.
Just stay still.
You want to stay?
I stay in the dark.
You stay in the dark, yeah? And what kind of things do you do in the house how do you connect to make others know that you're there? What do you do? How do you connect with them?
I don't.
You don't connect? Do they just pick up on your energy?
She does.
She does? Yeah. So tell me, when you lived down on earth and you were a pharaoh, did you have family?
No.
No family?
I work for the master.
You work for the master. So do you feel that because you had no family, you have nowhere to go? Well, what I want you to do now is, I want you to imagine, if you could, that you're holding a leather-bound book, and I want you to see that book in your hand now. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, I want you to open that page, and you'll see who's there waiting for you in spirit. So when you're ready, 3, just feeling around that leather-bound book now. 2, getting ready to open, and 1. Open that page and look on that page. Who is there waiting for you in spirit?
William.
William. Who's William?
Brother.
Connect with William, your brother there. Telepathically communicate. What is William saying to you?
He daft.
Hey. Daft?
He daft. He daft.
You're daft? Yeah. Does he say come to spirit? Because you can pop into this house anytime you want with your intention. Is that what he's saying?
Ale.
Ale? Is he inviting you for a drink?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you fancy going for a drink with your brother?
Yeah, some ale.
Get some ale. So just feel yourself now, knowing that you can come down and connect with this house anytime you like. I want you to now.
I like her.
You do like her, but you can always come back anytime. You can just plug in like a telephone connection, can't you? You know that.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's time for you to go for a drink Vale with your brother. So just feel yourself now connecting with your brother. Getting lighter and lighter and lighter, lifting yourself from this house, and from the chains of this house, knowing you can come back anytime you want to visit. Start connecting with your brother, going up, 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 up. And now to be with your brother. Thank you. May the light of the universe always accompany you. I want to ask a question. About her mother. And I want to ask a question about her mother in relation to a conversation she had during her passing. Yeah. Explain to me what that was about. Who was she talking to?
Alice.
Alice? Who's Alice? Was it Alice that came to collect her?
No.
Who actually came to collect her mother then? Mariah. Okay. And I want to ask about Saint Germain. There's been a lot of activity around Saint Germain. Just explain to me what's going on there.
Merlin.
Merlin? And you say Merlin. Was she Merlin?
Yes.
So, was she also Saint Germain?
No.
No? So, what's the connection with Saint Germain and Merlin?
They're one.
They are one. So, if she was Merlin but not Saint Germain, which part became Saint Germain?
Merlin. Of course.
So did her energies meld into both?
No.
No? What was the purpose of that life as Merlin?
Protect the king.
To protect the king. And did he do a good job?
No.
And are Saint Germain and Merlin trying to connect with my client today?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do they connect with her? Do they do it through thoughts, through senses, feathers? What do they do?
Stones.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about how they connect with stones. What happens? Does she sense the energy as she was a rock before?
Yes.
And does she pick up on your
Metaphysical.
metaphysical? So now we're coming to the end of the session. Is there anything else that I should or ought to have asked? Like, does my client astral travel in
Yes.
her dream state?
Yes.
So tell me, where does she astral travel to? Is it one particular place, or does she go to several? See her travelling now.
Summerland.
Summerland? What's at Summerland?
Rainbows.
Ah. does that also connect with her garden outside? And tell me about her connection with the garden and the plants. Herbs. So did she heal through herbs in a previous life?
Yes, of course.
So this life then, where she's obviously astral travelling, going to get all that information, all those downloads and information, is she working with that information here on Earth now?
She goes to the library.
She goes to the library. What does she learn from the library?
Hidden knowledge.
Knowledge.
From the many books.
So does she absorb all the information from that library?
Yes.
And then does she teach down here? Is that what she's doing with her meditation groups?
No.
No? What does she do with all this knowledge then?
Teaching herself.
She teaches herself. But tell me, as she goes on to this astral travelling, does she meet any extraterrestrial beings as she travels?
Yes.
Yeah. Describe some of these extraterrestrials. What do they look like?
Microchips.
They're microchips. Are they just floating microchips in the astral plane? Yeah.
Energy.
Microchip energy. So tell me, if this energy is in the form of a chip just flying around space, can it easily get attached to something else? Is that how sometimes when we come down with all these chips, it's because we've travelled through that realm?
Yes.
I see.
Collecting data.
Collecting data. So do we choose to get attached to these microchips?
No, they choose you.
They choose you? And what about her dogs and her animals here? Has she had previous lives with them before?
Of course.
Yeah. Very good. And were they dogs in a previous life?
No.
What were they?
Elephants.
Elephants. So what country did she live in then when she had these dogs as elephants?
Greece.
She lived in Greece. Is that why she has got a lot of Greece memorabilia around her house?
Diana.
Diana? Who's Diana?
Huntress.
A who?
Hunter.
You're a hunter? And did you used to hunt with your elephants?
Yes.
I see. Well, now we've got all that information. I'd like to thank you for working with me today and bringing all that information forward in herself, but it's now time for you to leave. So I bid you farewell, and as you go back into the body, I want you now to allow my client to feel her energy coming back into the room. She feels herself now wiggling her toes and her fingers. Feel yourself wiggling your toes and your fingers as you're connecting with your body, knowing that you've been on an amazing journey and you're going to remember everything. But your eyelids are getting lighter and lighter, and when you're ready, come back to the room. Nice and steady. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Very, very.
Somebody clearly didn't want me to film that, because I've never known my camera reduce in energy when it's plugged in.
And that, as soon as you gave that to me, that said
It's
it's
gone.
reached
It's a secret,
its
that's
maximum.
why.
It's a secret.
It was a secret.
Well, why was I allowed to record
It
it?
was a secret.
Ah, he was a secret. I didn't want to go deep into that secret.
No.
I just needed him to, I needed her to throw back the energy and to get back
It was
hers.
something to do with the higher planes in heaven. You're not allowed to record that. Does that make sense?
There are lots of orbs. You'll see it on the recording, but before you actually started, there were lots of orbs.
Flying around.
I had lots of angels with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of angels.
So do you think that was worth it?
Oh, yeah. It was quite surreal. I don't even know what I was saying, to be honest.
Well, you saw Archangel Michael and Sandalphon. You've been working with them.
Really? Sandalphon, gosh.
Mm.
Sandalphon's quite...
A strength.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm. And Alice was talking to your mum, and is it Mariah collected her? Who's Mariah?
Well, that's her mum.
Oh,
But you always said it was Mark, didn't you?
Yeah.
maybe he came with her, but Mariah did collect. Maybe he was with her. We didn't ask that
She
question.
was talking to Mum, though, wasn't she, before she died?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it. And your connection with Saint Germain was Merlin.
Was it?
Protect, purpose to protect. I said, did you protect the king? That's what your job. You said, no, I didn't do a good job. And your connection with Merlin and Saint Germain is to connect to the stones because of the sense of energy and the metaphysical.
Oh.
Which is interesting because you first came down as a rock.
Did I?
Yeah,
A rock?
a rock. Yeah, it was amazing. You first came down as you were in a purple powerful aura. The first thing, you were 32 and your name was Astra.
I can remember seeing the purple aura.
Yeah, and you were transcended through different realms with purple spirits, and this place was for sanctuary and protection. Yeah, and your purpose is to heal through rays of light with regard to mental conflict on Earth. So you're shoring people up all the time.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Archangel Michael and Sandalphon, the warriors, were with you because it is a cruel world and you're here to give love, kindness and empathy. Yeah? And they just said that, they couldn't believe the destruction that we're having. You came down as an energy, as a rock, to understand stability. The thing that you learnt there was grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. And you were attached, and you had also, you were attached in that particular life to Titan. So at the time when you were on the land, you were with Titan.
Isn't Titan to do with the sea?
Yeah, but if you're there at that time, land holds memories and everything. If you're looking out, and don't forget you've got this Greek connection thread going all the way through. You learnt from Titan authority, power, and how to be stable.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you went. You were Maid Marian. 1441. You see, most people do remember, but she hasn't. 1441, 19, Maid Marian. You were in Sheffield because you were seeing nobility and you were outside singing for joy, just singing, enjoying each other's company. And you were there for Robin, yeah? Robin is William. Who's William?
That's my son.
There you go.
And you were going to get married.
Really?
Yeah. He was
Funny.
getting married. Yeah. Then you went up into a different realm to space to sit on some hexagons because you were moving across path, straightening the sides.
Really?
Which is very coincidental. Yeah, you're shape-shifting, that's what it tells me. Because you wanted conformity. You're a peacemaker, yeah?
Yeah.
And you said that everything has a job, but you have to put the structure in right, yeah? Then you went into a tunnel out by a rainbow into your soul group. And you had one person there that told you it was all about being protective. Ken. Do you know a Ken?
Dad.
Oh, right, wow. Ken was there in your soul group, and he wanted to give you clarity, and he said she's got a vision. So it's all about faith. And in your soul group was your mum, Diane, and it was all about the purpose of knowledge, hard work, and yes, meditation in this house, please. Yeah. Your inner self is male, which tells me, because she's got male on the inside, female on the outside, that you're well balanced now. Yeah. He didn't give me a name. He said there's no reason. You don't need to know my name. But we went to the shoulder. That was quite interesting, wasn't it? Because you were turning your hand and twisting.
Was I?
As if because I said let's pull all the memory of that. So you were twisting as if the weed was at the bottom of your hand. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And so anyway, we got all that anger out.
Or was I angry?
And then, no, you were holding anger.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was all to do with cruelty. Yeah. And you're shouldering it. Can you see symbolic?
Yeah.
Shouldering it.
Oh.
So we've let it go, because you are having the same life maybe, but it's a different life. You're not a snail. You don't need to carry a house full of memories on your back.
No.
Let it go. Yeah. In your heart, you gave too much love away. Yeah. And that was a lesson that you learned at your cost. And sometimes what they're saying is you need to step back. Yeah. And this stuck tube that you felt that you had in your throat, although you didn't tell me about your and you didn't connect with that in your body, I connected with
I've
it,
got a
didn't I?
thyroid issue.
Oh, well, very interesting. You were a 21-year-old female, and you were put in the river because you wrote symbols. Yeah.
Right.
So obviously you were scribing something in that life, and the people that were there they'd got a tube and they were pouring water down your mouth.
Gosh.
Yeah. And so what we did was we released that memory.
So why don't I remember this?
Because you was in such a deep trance, which is why I video it anyway, just in case. Then we went to the questions. Yeah. Marian's been in your life before. Your miscarried child was a female, and it came down as a guide. Yeah. Who was my spirit guide? Alan. How do you connect deeper with him? He didn't choose to come down. It was a job that he was given to do. Your purpose in your mediumship is to help people, to comfort them. And so this is what you do, don't you? You gather people and then you signpost them. You and John, it's all about straight lines, and that reminded me of being sat on the hexagon. It's almost like she was up there saying, if I come down next time, I'm just going to make sure that all these straight lines are in place, so that at a particular time I'm going to meet that guy, and it's all going to be straight from there on. It's all about straight lines to keep it smooth. So I think you've done that. And previous relationships is all about forgiveness.
Interesting.
The pain under your left rib, it was a spell from when you were 8 years old. Yeah. And it was all about working with a magician. So we've released that spell, haven't we? We split it in half with Archangel Michael, and it dissipated.
It was to stop you communicating, apparently.
Yeah. The thing is, if they see an awesome bright light energy up there and you see negative people, they're going to say, oh, that she's shining too bright. Somebody go and sit on her. And that's where you get these attachments. Yeah. We sorted out the shoulder and the pain. The phobia of the fish, that was when you had a past life memory and there were just lots of eyes all around you. Yeah. The fear of everything going wrong, definitely close the subject. You've done it. So stop. If you keep fearing that everything is going to go wrong, you're going to draw that feeling to you, and it will. You've got to close the subject, yeah? Yes, this is your last life. You've had lots of lives. And when you leave, you are going to plane 12. You
Playing
go,
12.
yeah, and you're going to sit on a marble throne as a hierophant, and you're going to tutor other people. Yeah. Cecil in the cellar was a pharaoh. Yeah. He actually wanted to stay because he quite likes you, but we agreed that he could leave and come and visit whenever he wanted. So his brother William came to pick him up
Take him for an
and
ale.
offered to take him for some ale. So that was that. Yeah, Alice was talking to your mother, and
Mariah. But her name is Mariah Alice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I told you all about Saint Germain and Berlin, that you connect with stones, how symbolic when she was a rock. The astral planes, you go to Summerland where there's lots of rainbows and you can connect in the garden.
That's a very Americanized word.
But isn't it funny that every day you're out in the garden?
Well, yes.
Every day. See how all of a sudden the jigsaw starts to come together. Herbs, because you were a healer, and you sometimes in the astral plane you go to the library for knowledge, and it's not to teach other people, it's for yourself. So you're working on yourself. You do see extraterrestrials, but you see them in microchips as you're going through different realms. Microchips of energy, and they collect data, and they will choose to stick to you, not the other way around. It's a bit like animals choose you. Your dogs, these dogs were your elephants in Greece. You were Diana the hunter.
What's your elephants in Greece?
We'll have to Google it and see. So what do you think? Do you think it was worth it?
Oh yeah, I can't remember a lot of it, but the only thing I remember is being surrounded by like a amethyst coloured mist, and I was engulfed in this mist, and I was just sort of taken up, up, up. That's it.
Yeah. And isn't it a coincidence that you're in purple mist?
I know, and that's the dressing I
what
saw.
did you buy your daughter?
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
You see how
Yes.
once you see all the memories around your house and everything.
Well, I've got an amethyst, a big amethyst in my bedroom. Olivia's got one, and I bought William one for Christmas. So we've all got one.
So.
Wow.
We're done.
Gosh, playing 12. That's really high up.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, well, you're going to kick some butts when you get up there by the look of it.
I know.
That's like beyond the normal realms.
Yeah, and what you're going to do is you're going to pass on your knowledge by the sound of it, because you're going to be a tutor. So you're going to be watching over people as they're working.
Oh, cool. Gosh, perhaps it's my Merlinite stone. Merlinite. Perhaps that's why I like my Merlinite.
Well, you were Merlin once.
Wow. I knew there was a connection with Merlin somewhere.
Good. You've enjoyed it?
Yeah, thank you.